Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network for Game 1 of a NAC doubleheader here between the visiting Alverno Inferno and the home team, the CUC Cougars. Kayla McLeod here on the Cougar Sports Network, joined by Dave Deimling as we get ready to get things underway here. Cougars coming off of a hot sweep yesterday up in Madison, Wisconsin against Edgewood College. So riding a lot of momentum here on their home field. Meanwhile, the Inferno looking for their first win since the first game of the season. So should be a fun day here in River Forest.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to see a lot of different looks here from both teams. Alverno looking to get things going right away with the hot bats. They're a very top-heavy lineup as they are sporting some of the best offensive power at the top of their lineup.
Absolutely, and that lineup for the Inferno here leading things off for them is going to be Bailey Gardner looking to get things going and hoping to start things off in River Forest. Gardner hitting 182 on the season as she gets ready to step to the plate. Dishing for CUC is Morgan Hofek. She's making her 13th appearance on the season here as that first pitch delivered in there for a strike. Hofek, her 5th start of the year. She's pitching .385 on the season. Behind home plate for the Cougars is Emmy Lucero as Hofek delivers this one just outside. Going through the infield for the Cougars over at first base, Maya Lorenas at second, Caitlin Smith over at short, Arissa Santos at third base, Melissa Hajik in the outfield, Ashley Schroll in left field, McKyler Morris in center, and Callie Tierney over in right field as that one is fouled off, makes this a 1-2 count.
Yeah, you mentioned Callie Tierney in right. She's been swinging a great bat so far this year. Not had too many opportunities, but when she has, she's made the most out of it, hitting .550 on the year. As
that one right into the glove of Lorenas for out number 1. Maya Lorenas at first base for the Cougars, a freshman out of California. She's been huge over on first base for the Cougars this season, and quick hands there to secure out number 1, and that's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, Alexis Wheeler, second baseman for the Inferno. She takes a swing at the first pitch. She sees Santos making the diving catch, but is not able to get the throw over in time. A great show of athleticism from Santos.
Yeah, it's always helpful when you're in the circle and you know you got such a great defense behind you. Not able to pick up the out, but you know it's going to be good things to come all day.
Santos, a junior from California, has been starting in the infield for the Cougars since her freshman year, so a key staple to this CUC team. Like you mentioned, just having a strong defense to stand behind Hofek is going to be key here. As Hofek delivers that one in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here. That one misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, this is kind of where we're getting into that meat of the lineup for Inferno. They got a great 3, 4, 5 hitters right now. So if Hofek can find a way to navigate her way through this middle of the lineup, she'll be in a great spot all day.
Hubley sends that one right up the middle. It's going to make its way to the outfield. Morris able to come in on it, tries to get the throw at second, but not in time. So like you mentioned, Dave, just a good chunk of this lineup at the plate for the Inferno, and quickly now they have runners on first and second with only 1 away.
Yeah, not the player you want to be seeing right now, number 8 in black, Moreno. She's been swinging a hot bat all year. She's sporting one of the best batting averages in the conference. She's going to be one of their big RBI players today.
Moreno, 16 RBIs on the season. She's batting .500. And looking to hopefully get something going here for the Inferno as that one catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, so important to get ahead early with that first pitch strike right there. It really just opens up your entire arsenal.
Really good situation for the Inferno already with 2 runners on. That's going to be a slow roller over. Hofek able to get it. The throw goes in and out of the glove of Hajik. So Hofek looking to get the force out on the lead runner. Instead, that's going to load the bases up with only 1 out.
Yeah, it's a great thought by the pitcher right there, Hofek. Just a little lack of communication, I guess you could say. Just not able to come up with it right there, but you just got to trust that you're going to keep getting weak contact.
So bases loaded here, 1 out. Now at the plate, Dominique Tatro. Cougars have a force at every base, looking to prevent that run from scoring, but Tatro takes that first pitch for ball 1. Two-0 count here. This one misses low, makes it a 3-0 count. A tough spot to be in here for Hofek. 3-0 count. A walk will score a run. As she's looking to work her way back into this count, she delivers this one inside, ball 4. And the Inferno are going to strike first on the walk. And Emmy Lucero taking a quick time here to resettle things with her infield.
Yeah, smart play right there by the backstop for the Cougs. While it might sound crazy to say, with 3 hits and a walk on the board, only 1 out in this inning, it does get a lot easier as you've already found a way to get through that hard part of the lineup. Now you're bringing up a 188 hitter, just making it a lot easier on your pitcher as long as she's able to stay a little comfortable in the circle, fill up the zone, and get a couple outs, and we'll find a way to hit in the bottom of the first inning.
Absolutely, but at the plate for the Inferno is Samantha Venti. Venti, 2 RBIs on the year so far and in a favorable spot for the Inferno as Hofek is trying to get out of this one here. That's going to miss up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, so that's 5 balls in a row. We'll see if Alverno plans on taking the bat off their shoulder, if they're just going to try and be smart right here and force her to fill up the zone.
This one swung on, sent foul from Venti. Still a bit of hesitation on that swing. Like you mentioned, Dave, they're playing aggressive at the plate. They're going to make Hofek deliver where they want it, and they're really going to put the pressure on her to throw some strikes here.
Yeah, definitely. That's got to be the mindset all day long.
As that one catches in there for strike 2.
Yeah, just painted that one on the edge right there.
1-2 count here in favor of Hofek. As she sends this one in, slow roller in the dirt. Lucero doing a nice job of keeping that ball in front of her.
If you're Hofek, you really would love to get this hitter yourself right here. Make it a lot easier to get that third out without bringing another run across.
This one swung on. It's going to drop in left center. 1 run's going to score. Another is rounding. Schroll able to finally collect it, but that's going to be a stand-up double for Venti. And the Inferno are hot. Assistant coach for the Cougars, Sydney Ploskis-Lawher, coming out to have a quick discussion with her infield and resettle Hofek. But Inferno up 3-0 here in the top of the first. They've been finding some success. Already 3 hits on the day.
Yeah, Alverno's been swinging it well so far in this top half of the first frame, but you just got to assume that the assistant coach for the Cougs is going to be able to calm down the defense, and try to get these last 2 outs. You're in the bottom part of the lineup right here. Just got to have confidence and just try and fill up the zone.
Absolutely, and Hofek is someone that we've seen be reliable for the Cougars this season. She's got 7 strikeouts on the season. and 23.2 total innings pitched, excuse me. So she's been reliable for CUC. We know she can get herself out of these situations. So being able to kind of lock in and settle things down a little bit. Runners now on second and third, and just focusing on the batter one pitch at a time. As she delivers that one in there for strike one. Some movement in the Cougar bullpen already. But Hofek's going to step off and reset here. The 0-1 pitch here, swung on, sent foul along the first base line, makes it an 0-2 count.
Yeah, cue ball shot right there, way ahead of that one. We'll see what Hofek wants to do here.
Hofek ahead here. She delivers this one, swung on over to second. Smith gonna make the throw home. And they're going to be safe at home. A fantastic slide from Tatro. Smith opted to not go for the force out at first. Tried to get the tag at home. And that's going to be a big momentum steal for the Inferno. They were already riding that momentum, but with that play, they go up 4-0 and still only one out on the board.
Yeah, it's just really starting to get a little frustrating if you're out there for Hofek. She's just grinding her way through this top frame right now, just trying to find a way to get outs as she goes. Just some bad luck, a couple things don't go her way, and now she's got a 4 spot already with just one out.
Hofek delivers that one in there for strike one. Now the Cougars have the force out at any square base. Plenty of opportunities here. Hofek with the 0-1 count. Sends this one up and away, makes it 1-1. Peabody at the plate for the Inferno. Junior out of Sycamore, Illinois. This one in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, Peabody getting the start today. She's only got 10 at-bats on the season. We'll see what she's able to make out of it today.
As Hofek delivers this one up and away, makes it a 3-1 count in favor of Peabody here. This one misses up and out and loads the bases, and head coach for the Cougars, Sarah O'Malley-Fisher, coming out to make a change. And coming out of the dugout is going to be Alyssa Campos for the Cougars. So Hofek, unfortunately, giving up 4 runs in the top of the inning. Alverno taking a hearty lead here, but Hofek did do her job in a lot of areas, was able to put that ball in play, and just some unfortunate circumstances didn't allow for those outs to be made. But ultimately, getting that ball in play is exactly what you're looking to do as a pitcher.
Definitely. And well, it might seem hard to look at the bright side right now for a Cougar fan. The Cougs do have a great offense, and on the other side, Alverno's pitching staff has been struggling a lot this year, throwing to nearly a 14 ERA as a team. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities, ideally, for the Cougars to score in this game.
Absolutely, and Alyssa Campos coming in to pitch for the Cougars. She's making her 10th appearance on the season. She's pitched 20.2 total innings. She's got 11 strikeouts on the year, so an effective pitcher for the Cougars that's coming to looking to come in here and hopefully help get out of this jam. Looking at that final stat line for Hofek, giving up 4 runs, off of 3 hits, but only 8 total batters faced, and unfortunately just a little bit of a struggle from the circle, but CUC looking to bounce back here. Alverno, bases loaded, 1 out. So sitting in a good spot if you're a fan of the Inferno. That's going to bring Haley Eschbach to the plate as Campos' first pitch of the day is upstairs for ball 1. This one catches the outside corner, levels the count at 1 apiece. You know, this is a similar situation that the Cougars found themselves in yesterday in Game 1 against Edgewood. They got behind by as much as 6 runs to start the game, but ended up coming back and winning that game. So CUC not afraid to take these deficits and really work towards it. So while it's not a favorable situation to be in, it's not an unknown situation for CUC. As that's a slow roller in. That's going to be missed at home plate. The throw looking for the force from Hajik. It's going to end up as another 2 runs for the Cougars. Hajik's throw missing the glove of Lucero. A wildly unfortunate situation that's going to allow 2 more runs to score. And unfortunately, that might have been a bit of a broadcaster's jinx that, speaking of the Cougars being down by 6 in the first inning yesterday, immediately puts them at the 6-run deficit here.
Yeah, it just seems like the Cougars can't buy one right now in this first inning. Bullpen arm's going to have to just keep going, though. Find a way, keep filling up the zone, just keep getting that soft contact.
Not entirely sure what the confusion is. I do think there might be a discussion about interference somewhere, but it does appear as though everything is going to stand as it was. So, despite
it appears as though they sent all the runners back there, though, as you got Anguiano on second and Peabody at first.
1-2 count here, and at the plate is Eschbach. This one slow roller over. A 1-2 count.
Yeah, I don't know how she was able to fight that one off. Looked like she brought out the pitching wedge there.
1-2 count now after fouling that one off. So a bit of a weird scenario here. As this one connected on, lifted. That's going to make its way to the outfield. Vinci's going to score, coming in, sliding and scoring is Anguiano. So that's going to put Eschbach at second after that hit. So now it's the 6-run deficit that we were discussing. A bit of a confusion there as far as how things kind of resettled a little bit, but Gardner now at the plate, the top of the lineup here for the Inferno, still in the first inning. So the discussions there that Coach Sarah O'Malley-Fisher was bringing up just kind of threw everything off a little bit, but resettling in here, still operating with 1 out. Campos delivers this one in the dirt for ball 1.
That's a big-time block right there by Lucero, just trying to keep the runners where they are, just keep working for a pitcher.
One and one count here. Campos delivers this one, swung on. That's going to be chopped foul. A great diving attempt from Lorenas, but fortunately for the Cougars, just a little bit too far on that right side of the base.
Yeah, very, very fortunate right there for the Cougars. If you're a Cougar fan right now, you really want to get this hitter here out right now, the leadoff hitter who's been struggling so far this year, because once you get past her, it's going to be nothing but bad news.
So the 1-2 count here. Campos delivers this one, swung on, fouled off. Gardner working to keep her at bat alive. This one up and away makes it an even 2-2 count. Runners on second and third for the Inferno. Campos now sends this one. Sent foul along the third base netting. Still a 2-2 count here. Campos delivers this one. Slow swing, but that's going to bounce once again off the third base netting.
Campos really doing her best to try and eliminate this hitter, but she won't go away.
This one, once again, chopped foul. Off-speed pitch for Campos is getting Gardner to bite on it, but just catching a piece of it to keep herself alive.
And this is one of those attributes that you really love out of a leadoff hitter right here, just the unwillingness to go away.
This pitch, once again, fouled off. A long at-bat here for Gardner. This one fouling straight back towards the press box. Some members of the CUC athletic communications staff flinching a little bit on it, but I assure you we are safe behind the netting, but that ball swung on, but also hitting Gardner in the process right off of the helmet.
Yeah, I think Lucero, the catcher for the Cougs, is asking if she found a way to get a tip of that, because if she did not, that would have been strike 3.
And it does appear that is going to be strike 3. So a out number 2 on the board. Not an ideal way to go, but nonetheless, CUC officially with 2 outs on the board, trying to get out of this inning, holding the Inferno where they're at.
Definitely a funky way to end that great battle of that at bat right there, but I guess she was just a little bit in auto swing mode there, as Gardner was, and just had to find a way to throw something that she wasn't going to be able to get a piece of.
Bit of an odd half of the inning, as we've seen some interesting things happen so far today, so not surprising that it's going to continue to be an interesting day. But at the plate now for the Inferno, Alexis Wheeler, trying to get a 2-out rally going and see if she can extend this Inferno lead. Meanwhile, Campos with the 0-1 count, she sends this one low, makes it 1-1. Wheeler had a single in her first at-bat of the day. She sends that one foul along the Inferno dugout. Hopping out of the way, but makes this a 1-2 count in favor of Campos.
Yeah, way out in front of that one Wheeler was. Got to assume Campos is going to try and speed her up a little bit more and try to throw something slow here.
This ball connected on, sent high into right field, and getting up and underneath it for out number 3 is Callie Tierney. So CUC finally getting out of the inning, but not without some damage done. The Inferno go up 6-0, and the pressure is going to be on for the Cougar hitters, but we'll have all of that for you when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the first, CUC trailing by 6. At the plate, leading things off is Jess Gang. Gang, the DP here today in game 1, as Bailey Gardner dishing in the circle for the Inferno. She delivers ball 1 to Gang.
Yeah, the leadoff here for Alverno, also in the circle today. She's going to be trying to fill up the zone today. Her offense gave her a chance, putting up 6 in that first frame.
Absolutely, as Gang held back on that last pitch, takes the 2-0 count. This one catches right in there for strike number 1. Gardner with 12 appearances on the season. This is her 10th start on the year, as this one is popped up from Gang. Coming in and underneath it for out number 1 is Ange Guiano. And that's going to put a quick out on the board for the Cougars and hand things over to Caitlin Smith, looking to get things going.
Yeah, if you can help it for this Cougar offense, you really want to try and put something up in the bottom of the first inning here. Just otherwise, that would be kind of solidifying some momentum for Alverno if they're able to put up a 0.
Smith coming in today, batting .302 on the season. She's got 4 RBIs. As that one drops in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here. This one connected on, sent over to Ange Guiano. She's going to get the throw over in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs here, and that's going to put Mykyler Morris at the plate. As this one catches in there for strike 1. CUC struggling to find their pitches here. Gardner doing a nice job of dropping them in, a little bit off speed, and it's catching CUC off guard. As that one fouled straight back.
Another important thing to note, she is getting ahead of the 3 hitters she's faced so far in this frame. It's an important sign if you want to have a great day in the circle.
So the 0-2 pitch here popped up, going foul but along first base, and successfully making the catch for out number 3, Samantha Vinti, and a quick 3 up, 3 down has the Inferno with all the momentum on their side. Alyssa Campos coming back out into the circle for CUC, but we're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, defensive change for CUC. Now playing at third base is Joe Anderson, sophomore from Romeoville, Illinois. Replaces Melissa Hajik. Hajik had a bit of a tough time in the top half of the first inning, so looking to shift gears and hopefully find some new life here for the Cougars. as they still trail 6-0. Campos delivers her first pitch inside for ball 1. Alyssa Hubley now at the plate. She had a single up the middle in her first at-bat. Fouling that one off, evens this count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, pretty early on that swing right there. We'll see what Campos wants to do.
This one low in the dirt for ball 2. Two-one count here. Campos gets her swinging on that one. That's a hard hit ball out to left field. Schroll with a good backhand scoop, and that's going to prevent extra bases. Fantastic grab and throw from Schroll out in left field.
Yeah, definitely going to be an important note right there if you're the third base coach for Alverno. Got to write that one down. Do not test Schroll today.
Schroll makes her way around for CUC in the field as well, typically playing right field. She's a key arm for CUC. Now she's appearing in left field, so she's just an all-around athlete that is showing her abilities early on here because that ball had some power. As this a slow roller in the dirt, gets away from Lucero a little bit, and that's going to allow Hubley to make her way to second with ease. One 0 count here. This one right down the middle for strike number 1 on Moreno. One and one count now. Runner on second. This one swung off, hit off the end of her bat. Smith unable to get there for the catch. That's going to allow runners to move, and a great placed hit there is going to put runners on first and third. A little bit of a funky hit, kind of caught off the end of Moreno's bat, so didn't have a lot of power to it, but it ended up just dropping it in the correct spot. A little bit of a danger zone there between Tierney, Smith, and Lorenas, and unfortunately just unable to get there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's just, when you're a 500 hitter, you're going to find a way to find the holes a lot of the time, and there's just one of them right there.
So no outs here in the top of the second. Runners now on the corner bags, and that's going to bring up Dominique Tatro for the Inferno. A little bit of a conversation with the umpires. Still, offensive conference was happening, so not sure what the holdup was, as home plate umpire marking it down and getting ready here. So no outs as we get back to our regularly scheduled content here. Tatro at the plate in a really good spot. Runners on the corners. She shows bunt. The throw down, going to be cut off. They're going to try to get the play at home, and they are going to get the throw at home. Lucero with a great tag, a headfirst dive from Hubley. Little bit of a tough tag, the way that she dove headfirst. Looks like she might have landed on her shoulder in an unfortunate way. Head athletic trainer for the Cougars, Sam Galicia, following her off the field, making sure she's all right. But a great double steal attempt there that's going to stop the run from scoring.
I mean, what a play right there by the shortstop for the Cougs right there. Just putting the throw on the money. That's exactly what you needed right there.
Should be the 0-1 count here. Swung on, sent foul, makes this an 0-2 count.
And then on top of it, the great base running from Moreno for Alverno, finding a way to get all the way to third on that one.
Umpires discussing the count really quick. As this one delivered in there, swung on, sent foul. Still the 0-2 count. Campos trying to get out of this one here. She sends this in. Swung on, chopped foul once again. Tatro staying aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, it really looks like when this Alverno offense finds himself in 2 strike counts, they're not afraid to go down swinging. They're going to be trying to put that ball in play. They're not going to try and watch one go by that could be called strike 3.
Tatro took the 4-ball walk in her first at-bat of the day, and that was the walk that started things off for the Inferno, put the first run on the board. So Campos delivers her first ball in this at-bat here. This one swung on, hit into left field, getting up and underneath it, tracking it in foul territory is Stroll, just couldn't quite get there in time. So another foul ball keeps this at the 1-2 count, but a lot of pitches here from Campos in this at-bat. Campos sends this one in, hit into play, a hard hopper right at Arissa Santos, took a really tough bounce in the dirt, and that's going to allow the run to score. Bouncing off of Santos. Still one away. So the umpire allowing Tatro to step off the base to toss her guard off, as the Inferno did not have a first base coach to hand things off to, so probably what we were seeing in that last at-bat as well. But the 1-out runner on first situation here, as that one misses for ball number 1.
Yeah, just off the plate there. Looked like a really good thought, though.
Vinti at the plate here for the Inferno. This one misses for ball 2. Vinti thought about swinging on it, held back. Vinti doubled in her first at-bat of the day. Drove in 2 runs on it, so already having a productive day. She chops that one foul. Makes this a 2-1 count. Campos gets set here. She delivers this one, swung on and missed, strike number 2.
Yeah, that's a huge count to win right there. The difference in that 2-1 count going from 3-1 versus 2-2 is there's a ton of analytics just backing how important it is to win that pitch, and that's huge right there.
Absolutely. As Campos looking for her first strikeout of the day, this one drops in the dirt, gives time, and that's going to give a free base to Tatro. Lucero couldn't quite grab that ball, keep it in front of her. So now a runner on second, full count here for Campos. Campos sends this one in, put into play, a line drive, and Joe Anderson making a fantastic grab. An athletic play to stop anything from happening there. That was going to go right up that third base line and be in a dangerous spot. But a great quick reflex from Joe Anderson gets out number 2.
Yeah, hard to tell if that one would have been fair or foul, but either way, huge play right there. Way to help out the pitcher. Coach O'Malley Fisher looking to be pressing all the right buttons today.
Now at the plate for the Inferno, Ange Guiano. She lets that first pitch go by for the 1-0 count. Ange Guiano reached on a fielder's choice in her first at-bat. So still chasing her first hit here today. This is a slow roller over to third. Anderson bobbles it a little bit. The throw off the mark. That's going to let her be safe, and that's going to move Tatro over to third. Hard ball off of Anderson. Throw just bouncing in the dirt. Lorenas can't quite scoop that one up, and that's going to put runners on the corner bags with 2 outs. CUC trying to get out of this inning without letting the Inferno put another run on. Peabody at the plate. Swung there, the slow throw, and they're going to get her out at second. Caitlin Smith grabbing it. A great throw from Lucero. Dropped right into the perfect spot, and that's going to get the Cougars out of the inning. A much-needed momentum boost for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's huge. A couple of great plays defensively right there, and hopefully that's going to be enough to get the bats going.
Absolutely. CUC offense looking to build off of their defensive efforts here as we head to the bottom of the second. CUC trailing 7-0 here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the second, CUC in dire need of some momentum here, and Joe Anderson at the plate looking to do so as she lets that first pitch go by for strike number 1. Gardner still dishing for the Inferno, and Anderson making her first plate appearance of the day. This one misses low and inside for ball 1.
A surprising play early for Coach O'Malley Fisher to pull her cleanup hitter playing at the hot corner early, but we'll see if it pays dividends, as we've already seen a great play over there.
This one swung on, lifted into left field. Coming up and grabbing it just in the grass is Moreno for out number 1, and that's going to put Arissa Santos now at the plate. In the bottom of the first, the Cougars went down in order, so trying to avoid that again, looking to get a little bit momentum here. Santos, a top hitter for the CUC team, as she lets that one go by for ball 1. Santos, 14 hits on the season, as this one fouled up along the first base line and going out of play.
Yeah, Santos not having her best season so far, but in years past, just from what you've seen, you know what she's capable of, and always a dangerous hitter at the plate.
Absolutely. Arissa Santos, like I mentioned, a junior for the Cougars, but she's been starting and getting some serious playing time since her freshman year, so she's very capable. Last year was the only Cougar that was named to the NAC All-Conference team, so again, someone that has those abilities and can spark up realistically at any moment. Santos actually a two-time NAC All-Conference second team, so in her previous 2 seasons, so it shows the kind of player that she is, and like you mentioned, struggling a little bit at the plate here in this early goings, but someone that is very capable of sparking as she sits with the 3-1 count. This one connected on, lifted into center field, making the diving catch and getting the out. It looked good for Santos, but Eschbach coming in on it quickly, diving, and secures out number 2. It's going to bring Callie Tierney to the plate for the Cougars, looking to get a 2-out rally going. Tierney had a great day at the plate for the Cougars yesterday. In Game 2 went 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs, so she's coming off of a hot day as she fouls that bunt attempt, makes it an 0-1 count. Tierney on the season, limited at bats, but she's 11 for 20 at the plate. So been successful when she's getting these opportunities. She lets that one go by, makes it a 1-1 count. Gardner delivers this one. Callie Tierney showing bunt once again, fouling that one off. Looked like it was going to be a good bunt, but just popped a little bit unfortunate. Keeping her at bat alive here, the 1-2 count. Cougars 0 for 1 at the plate with 2 outs. 0 for 5 on the day, so really looking to spark things up here. She connects with that one, sends it into center field, but making another diving grab is Eschbach, the junior from Kenosha, Wisconsin, showing her range and athleticism in center field, and the Cougars go out in order once again.
Yeah, a couple incredible wedge gems out there for the center fielder. I mean, she covered a lot of ground on that second one in particular, just went full Superman.
New arm coming in for the Cougars in Eden Pufall, so that's going to do it for Campos on the day. Campos, someone that we expected to come in and pitch some good innings, and after only 1 and some change, she's out and going to put Pufall in. But looking at that final stat line for Campos, 1.2 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits and 1 run, but picked up 1 strikeout in it. She faced 8 batters for a total of 40 pitches. So CUC really looking to capitalize on their pitching staff. They've got a fairly strong pitching staff that's been successful for them this year. So Campos, although giving up 1 run, overall doing a good job of holding the Inferno and trying to minimize that momentum. But if you've got the arms to go for it, you might as well keep things fresh.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll see what Eden Pufall is able to do today.
Pufall, a 2.14 ERA, making her 9th appearance on the season. 19.2 total innings pitched, 6 strikeouts on the year. Looking to get some things going here and hopefully give the Inferno their first scoreless inning of the day. But leading things off, trying to say otherwise, is Peabody. Peabody was in the midst of her at-bat when the great throw down from Lucero secured out number 3. So she's going to let that one go by for ball 1. This one misses low, makes it a 2-0 count. Peabody walked in her first at-bat of the day, so she's very comfortable being aggressive at the plate and waiting for her pitch to come. As this one misses inside, makes it a 3-0 count. First 3 pitches delivered here from Pufall. Struggling to find the zone.
Yeah, Pufall's been a talented pitcher nonetheless this year, but her Achilles heel has been the lack of filling up the zone at times, how she's sometimes struggles with the walks.
As that ball just misses high and gives a free base to Peabody. And the Inferno early on with a runner on base. It's going to bring Haley Eschbach to the plate. Eschbach coming off of a fantastic defensive outing in the bottom of the second. 2 great athletic plays to secure 2 outs. She lets that one go by for ball 1. Eschbach had a 2 RBI single in her first at-bat of the day. Part of what put 6 runs on the board in the first inning for the Inferno, but she lets that one go by her for strike number 1. Swung through that one for strike 2.
Yeah, blowing her doors off there, way behind that one. We'll see if she tries to gas her up again here.
1-2 count here. Pufall trying to get the Cougars out of this at-bat. This one up and away. Levels the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, while that was a waste pitch, you got to see a little bit of what Eschbach's 2-strike approach was there.
Pufall gets set here. She delivers this one. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Eschbach goes down swinging. Pufall picking up her first strikeout of the day. Gardner now at the plate for the Inferno, top of the order. Gardner 0 for 2 at the plate today. She shows bunt, drops bunt. That's going to be a fantastic slow roller. Scooping it up is Lucero, making the throw over to third. Getting the out at third. And that's going to hold Gardner at first. Home plate umpire coming over to discuss with Sarah O'Malley Fisher. Coming back out is Peabody, but she is out. So the bunt got Gardner on base, but it is going to result in an out nonetheless. So a weird slow rolling bunt that looked like it had the potential to roll foul. Lucero picking it up right as it was on the line.
Yeah, that one was right on the chalk line. She picked it up, saw the runner heading to third. Found a way to get that lead runner.
Peabody was not slowing down. As soon as she was bolting from first, she was going all the way to third, and just a heads-up play from Lorenas at first to get that throw across the diamond and secure that out on that lead runner. 2-0 count here for Wheeler.
Yeah, that's just one of those situations that got to be a little frustrated by if you're for Alverno. Obviously, you're thankful that you're up 7-0 here, but with the struggles your pitching staff has had this year, you really want to get all the runs that you can.
Wheeler takes that one for strike 1, makes this a 2-1 count. This one connected on hit into right field, backtracking at the fence. Tierney's going to take that off the bounce. A big-time hit, rounding, heading home. The throw is going to be in time. Lucero getting that one in her glove and tracking Gardner down. A rocket of a throw in, and that's going to get the Cougars out of the inning, holding the Inferno scoreless for the first time of the day.
Yeah, pretty surprising send right there after seeing what Santos' arm has looked like already today on one of those first and third cut plays, especially when you got your backstop coming up who's 2 for 2 on the day. Pretty surprising right there, but Cougars obviously thankful to get out of that inning unscathed.
Absolutely a great heads-up play there for Santos to be able to turn and get that throw to home in time. But CUC heading back to their offensive side, trailing 7-0 here as they look to get things going. We're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Maya Lorenas looking to lead things off for CUC. Cougars held the Inferno scoreless in the top half of the third, their first scoreless inning of the game, but CUC still trailing 7-0 here as Lorenas is looking to jumpstart something. Gardner still pitching for the Inferno. She sends this one in, connected on by Lorenas. That's going to get through the infield. Lorenas looking around, but she's going to hold at first. So Cougars putting their first hit of the day on the board.
Yeah, cancel the post-game show. First base runner as well. We'll see if the Cougars can start something up here.
That's going to bring Emmy Lucero now to the plate for CUC. Lucero hitting .333 on the season. She's got 2 RBIs. Gardner delivers this one in. It's going to catch the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, I think as soon as the Cougars are able to wait back and really sit on that soft pitch right there, I think it's going to be an explosive offense. She's thrown it a handful of times in every at-bat so far today.
As Lucero connects with this one, going deep into the outfield, off of the wall, running into the wall. A hard collision out there for Eschbach. But a base hit for Lucero. That's going to put runners on first and second.
Yeah, Eschbach really laying it all out there for her team today. Willing to sacrifice her body. That's what you love out of a center fielder.
Absolutely. So good effort from the center fielder, but that ball just a little bit too high and out of reach. And that's going to bring Ash Schroll to the plate. No outs on the board. Runners on first and second for the first time here today. Schroll shows bunt, pulls back, lets that one go by. Schroll hitting .263 on the season. She's got 4 RBIs and 10 total hits. The 1-0 pitch here, swung on by Schroll. A slow roller over too short, able to get the lead runner. As Moreno, smart thinking there for the easy force, but that's still going to leave runners on first and second for the top of the order for the Cougars. Jess Gang now at the plates.
Yeah, you really got to feel pretty comfortable if you're the Cougars right now. Obviously 1 out, but this is the great spot in the order right for you.
Gang lets that one go by inside corner for strike one. Gardner only 27 pitches on the day so far as that one misses for ball one. This one connected on, sent along the first base line, but that's going to fall just foul.
Yeah, Jess really trying to find a way to catapult her Cougs and to find a way to get on the board here.
Tatro in right field, tracking that down, just unable to get there in foul territory, so that's going to give a new life here for Gang, sitting with the 1-2 count. This one rolling in the dirt, levels the count here, 2-2.
Yeah, with a quality hitter like Jess Gang at the plate, the deeper she finds herself into these counts, you just know she's seen all that she's got to offer, all that Gardner's got to offer.
This one up, going to be lifted into shallow center field. They're going to say that that ball was not caught, so getting a late jump was all of the base runners, but thankfully some quick base running from Lucero is going to get her safely to third, Schroll safely at second. Another really nice diving attempt from the Alverno defense. They're really just putting it all out there.
Yeah, I think they might have had a chance at getting the fielder's choice there at second, but just not a lot of time to think about it, so they make that throw to third. Just like that, Caitlin Smith's got the bases loaded.
As the Inferno defense taking a quick break to resettle things. This is the first time that we've seen Gardner in this situation today. In the first 2 innings, Gardner was able to get the outs in order. So bases loaded is a tough spot for the Inferno defense, who's been very strong so far today. But CUC looking to spark things up a little bit here. Assistant coach for the Cougars, Dave Galicko, talking with his base runners and hitters here, giving a little bit of a boost to Caitlin Smith as she gets ready to come on in and look to get things going. Only 1 out here.
Yeah, Caitlin Smith with only 4 RBIs this year. Not any extra base hits, but what a time to add to both those tallies.
As she fouls this one off. It's going to be caught for out number 2. I thought that it went foul, lost it a little bit, but actually caught over at second from Wheeler. So Morris now stepping up to the plate for the bases loaded 2-out situation. CUC really needing some runs here.
Got to find a way to get something out of this inning with all these base runners.
As she connects on this one, sends it over. Able to glove it. Is the throw in time? No! McKyler Morris safe at first. First run of the day is going to score for the Cougars. The throw from Moreno just a little bit too slow. Morris hit the Jets and was safely able to make her way to first. Joe Anderson now at the plate for the Cougars. She lets the first pitch go by for ball 1. So CUC puts their first run of the day on the board. So officially kind of breaking things open a little bit. Sometimes just getting that first run is going to be all the momentum that they need. Bases still loaded as that ball is hit into space. Going back, bouncing off of the left center field fence. That's going to score 2. Morris is going to hold at third. And CUC is on a roll after a big-time double from Joe Anderson.
Yeah, Cougar offense seems to be clicking on all cylinders now.
A much-needed burst of energy here for the Cougars coming into this inning. No hits, and in this inning alone, 5 hits, 3 runs. They're 2 for 4 with 2 outs here. And Santos is going to let that one go by for strike 1. But, I mean, a really good settling in for CUC and just kind of starting to get that offense moving. Gardner sets here. She delivers this one outside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch here from Gardner. Low for ball 2. Gardner looking at 36 pitches here on the day. She sends this one in. Connected on by Santos. That's popped up into shallow outfield. That ball is going to be dropped. And that's going to be a safe base for Santos. A 3-person collision resulted in that ball being dropped. Moreno was tracking that out. And in the outfield, she had it in her glove, but colliding with, I believe, Peabody. They call that a dropped ball. Now the umps are going to discuss, but the call will stand. That's going to be a couple of runs for the Cougars.
And just like that, we got a 2-run ball game.
Now coming back for the Cougars, the right fielder, number 2, Callie Tierney.
An unfortunate situation for the Inferno as they've already got 2 outs on the board and looking to continue to hold this monster lead that they've had over the Cougars, but CUC offense is just firing on all cylinders, and Tierney pops this one up into the outfield, coming in and under it. Another trouble zone there, but Eschbach able to grab it for out number 3. It looked a little bit scary out there as Eschbach was coming in, Peabody coming from left field, and Moreno also running full speed in. It almost looked very similar to the play before, but thankfully some communication stopped that collision from happening again. But CUC putting some runs up on the board in the bottom of the 3rd, and that's going to send things to the top of the 4th. CUC putting some runs up and cutting into this Inferno lead, and we're going to head to the top of the 4th. Inferno still on top, 7-5 here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Poufall still dishing for CUC. She delivers that one in there for strike 1. Cougars put up some big-time runs in their offensive end of the inning, and that's going to make this a reachable game here as that ball swung on, hit over to Santos. Santos able to get the throw in time for out number 1.
Yeah, an important first out right there by the sure-handed shortstop. And that'll bring up Moreno.
So Moreno now at the plate with 1 out on the board. Poufall locking in here. As that first pitch misses away for ball 1. Moreno 1 for 2 at the plate today. She fouls that one off, avoiding a car on Division Street. For those unfamiliar with CUC softball field, located right next to the busy Division Street, so a little bit of a danger zone for the cars that are parked along and even the cars that drive past, but thankfully that one missing any cars and keeping our car counter at a 0 today. That one misses, makes this a 2-1 count. This one well outside, makes it a 3-1 count here in favor of Moreno.
Yeah, a couple uncompetitive waste pitches here for Pufal. Let's see if she can find a way back into this count.
As this one misses away and gives a free base to Moreno. Inferno taking whatever they can, and a free base is a good place to start, and that's going to hand things over to Tatro.
Number 23, Dominique Tatro.
Tatro 1 for 1 at the plate today. Had a walk in her last plate appearance. Pufal stepping off the rubber. Resetting here. Pufal sends this one in there for strike one.
Yeah, really establishing that inner half early.
As this one misses upstairs for ball one. Lucero thought about throwing down to first, trying to catch Moreno. Lacking a little bit, but holds instead. This one off the handle. That's going to be a line right into the glove of Lorenas, and off the jump, Moreno is going to get tagged out. A big-time double play for the Cougars to get out of the inning. Maya Lorenas with her second quick grab of the day, and that's exactly what you're looking for the Cougar defense to hold the Alverno Inferno to 0 runs for the second consecutive inning.
Yeah, if the 5 spot in the bottom of the third wasn't enough for the momentum, that definitely should solidify it for the Cougs. We'll see if they can put up another crooked number here in the bottom of the fourth.
So CUC heading back to their offensive end. Like you mentioned, Dave, 5 runs in their last offensive at go. So a really big momentum boost, and just trying to capitalize on that kind of momentum that you have, and having a good chunk of your lineup coming up, leading things off is going to be Maya Lorenas, who on the season, she's one of the top hitters for CUC. So quickly just looking to get things going right away, and you're in a really good spot with that.
Definitely. I think the main thing is you just got to keep that pressure going on this team. Alverno's had struggles so far this year, and the quicker that you can show that you're not going to go away, they'll start to kind of have that mentality that it just feels like another day where they are going to have those struggles. So just got to find a way to get on them.
So Maya Lorenas leading things off. She's 1 for 1 at the plate today. She was part of that big-time rally in the last inning for the Cougars, as she led things off in the last inning as well with a single, and she gets ready to get set here. Gardner sends this one in, catches in there, misses the zone actually, excuse me. Looked good from our end, but misses for ball one.
Yeah, maybe just caught a little bit too much plate there.
So the 1-0 count in favor of Lorenas here. Gardner sends this one in. Outside, Lorenas thought about chasing. They're going to say she did not swing. Checked pretty early. Didn't even see much movement on the bat. So an interesting check there, but always better to be safe than sorry. So the 2-0 count here. Misses low, makes it a 3-0 count. As this one misses for ball 4. I think Lorenas was expecting that to be called a strike. She did not make that immediate dash down to first. She was waiting. And nonetheless, the 4-ball walk will put a runner on, and Emmy Lucero now at the plate.
Yeah, as we get deeper into this match, you got to wonder how long can she continue to have that command, as Gardner has shown struggles with command this season.
Lucero swings the first pitch she sees, sends it foul along the first base line. So the 0-1 count here for Lucero. She's 1 for 1 at the plate today. This one fouled straight back. Heading towards Division Street, but bouncing just in front of a passing car. Car counter still remaining at 0 for the day. This one connected on, lifted. Moreno getting up and underneath it. She's able to grab it for out number 1. Lorena's holding at first.
Number 26, Ash Schroll.
Schroll now at the plate for CUC.
Yeah, Schroll looking to do whatever she can to flip that lineup card.
As that one misses for ball 1. One 0 count here. Runner on first. Gardner delivers this one. Catches in there for strike 1. A pretty pitch there from Gardner. One and 1 count here, 1 out. Stroll shows bunt, pops up. Looking for the barehanded catch was Hubley.
Yeah, that would have been incredible if she could have found a way to get a bear paw on that.
Reflexes, just doing what you can to try to get that ball, and really great effort, just unable to get more than some fingertips on it, but that's going to put a 1-2 count here for Schroll. Schroll fouling this one off the end of her bat along the first base line. One, 2 count here for Schroll. Gardner sends this one outside for ball 2. This one sent in, connected on from Schroll. Had some good pop to it, but it's going to easily be gloved by Peabody for out number 2. Lorraine is still holding at first. But that's going to put the top of the order up for the Cougars. Jess Gang now at the plates. Gardner delivers this one in the dirt for ball 1. Cougars today 3 for 6 at the plate with 2 outs. As Gang connects on that one, she drops it fair along the left field, going all the way to the wall, bobbling it a little bit. They're going to send Lorenas home. Lorenas is going. The throw is not going to be in time. Jess Gang getting to second on it. I think the Inferno were a little bit more worried with Gang taking an extra base than trying to prevent that run, so they made the throw to third to stop Gang from moving, but it gave Lorenas plenty of time to cross home plate and make this a 1-run game.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble picking that one up in left field. Peabody kind of struggling there, and that could be the difference right there for Lorena scoring on that one.
So game-tying run on second now. The go-ahead run at the plate in Caitlin Smith. Smith gets ready here. She's going to wear that one off of her thigh and take the free base.
Now coming back for the Cougars, the center fielder, number 17, Mykyler Morris.
So that's going to bring up Mykyler Morris now for the Cougars. And head coach of the Inferno, Matthew Schmuck, coming out to have a quick discussion with his infield, kind of resettle things, because up until the last 2 innings, essentially, the Inferno have been in control of this game, and CUC slowly working themselves back in it. So Schmuck coming out to have a discussion and try to figure out how to bring some of that momentum back to the Inferno.
Yeah, you really want to resettle in, restore confidence as the head coach right now. Obviously in a very difficult spot. Handful of innings left to go in this contest, but Concordia Chicago really has all the momentum at this point.
Absolutely, and you've got Mykyler Morris coming to the plate for CUC. She singled in her first at-bat, and her at-bat itself brought that momentum shift for the Cougars, an infield single after she just simply beat the throw. The speed from Morris was enough to kind of boost everybody up a little bit, and now she's sitting with 2 outs, runners on first and second, but a lot of good things happening for the Cougars.
Yeah, a couple good runners on the base paths right now for the Cougars. You could really go for a gap shot to bring them both in.
Gardner gets set here. She delivers her first pitch up for ball 1. Gang taking a healthy jump on that pitch. As this one catches in there for strike 1.
Yeah, it looked like Morris was taken all the way there. Just kind of didn't even really take the bat off her shoulders, kind of forcing Gardner to fill up the zone. We'll see if she does it again here.
This one misses upstairs, makes it a 2-1 count. Gang on second, Smith on first. This one delivered, fouled back from Morris, making its way across Division Street. This one fouled off. Coming straight back and whacking this camera, unplugging a couple cords in the process. A hard foul ball from Morris, but an even 2-2 count. Two-two count here. This pitch in the dirt makes it a full count.
Runners will be on the move here.
Three-two count, 2 outs. Mykyler Morris at the plate. Gardner delivers this one. Hit on into center field. But coming up and underneath it for out number 3 is Eschbach. So Inferno get out of the inning, but CUC putting one more run on the board and making this a 1-run ball game. Got an exciting one here on the Cougar Sports Network. Eden Pufall coming back out for CUC. We'll be right back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, CUC trails by 1 run. And Eden Pufall dishing in the circle, and Samantha Vinti at the plates. She's going to send this one a slow roller over to second. Smith able to glove it and get the out for out number 1. So CUC putting 1 out on the board is going to bring up Ange Guiana. Out number 1 on the board. Eden Pufall slowly working her way through this. As that one catches the outside corner for strike number 1. This one connected on a slow roller up the middle. Pufall able to scoop it for out number 2. 2 quick grounders. And that already puts 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, 2 quick outs right there. See if they can retire Peabody here and get the sticks going again.
Inferno 1 for 3 at the plate with 2 outs. So a bit of a uncomfortable territory for them as that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. This ball lifted into center field, coming in. Going to grab it was Santos, but on the run, that's going to pop out of her glove. So what could have been the end of the inning instead gives new life here for the Inferno. Makes them 2 for 4 at the plate with 2 outs. And Eschbach now stepping in for Alverno. Pufall, 30 pitches thrown on the day so far. This one, a nice roller up the third base line. It's actually going to bounce off of third base and make its way to the outfield to start this 2-out rally for Alverno.
Yeah, pretty thankful right there as a Cougar fan for that base. I think that potentially could have saved a run, if not an extra base for each runner.
Absolutely. That ball had some speed to it, and the base definitely slowing it down, giving Schroll some time to come in on it and prevent that any extra movement from the runners. But that's going to bring top of the order for the Inferno, Bailey Gardner at the plate. Gardner 1 for 3 today. She shows bunt and is going to take it for strike 1.
Yeah, that'll set the defense up in a little bit of a bunt coverage here.
Pufall delivers this one, showing bunt once again. And fouling it off makes this an 0-2 count.
Yeah, leadoff hitter for Alverno. Gardner knows what her role is on this in this lineup. Just try to pass the torch, get it to those big hitters, and coming up behind her.
0-2 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Pufall sends this one outside, ball 1, but going for the steal, getting tagged out in the process was Peabody. She jumped, and the throw from Lucero was there with plenty of time. Anderson able to drop that tag easily and secure out number 3. That's going to be the Inferno's 3rd consecutive scoreless inning, as CUC has a chance to strike back here, only trailing by 1 run. And a good spot of your lineup due up. Joe Anderson, Arissa Santos, and Callie Tierney, the next 3 coming up for CUC. And Cougars, we've talked a lot about momentum, Dave, and Cougars seemingly still have all of that momentum.
100%. I mean, Cougars had 2 quick outs in that inning. Obviously a tough play right there for Arissa Santos, but Lucero makes up for it later on by throwing out that runner. Just what feels like a cardinal sin right there. Alverno making that last out at third with the top of their lineup up. And the Cougars will take that 100% with an opportunity to get those bats rolling again, looking to score for the third inning in a row.
Absolutely. So, like you mentioned, Cougars looking to score for the third inning in a row after being scoreless for the first two. The Inferno put up some big numbers in the first two, and CUC defense held Inferno in the last three. Now looking to continue that trend here, and Joe Anderson leading things off for CUC in this inning, and she's 1 for 2 on the day, so looking to continue that hot streak here. Gardner still dishing for Alverno. She sends that one up and away for ball 1.
They're going to look to try and ride Gardner out the rest of the way. She's got 9 complete games on the year.
As this one catches in there for strike 1. One and one count here for Anderson. She connects on this one, sends it up. Coming in and underneath it is Eschbach for out number 1. And that's going to bring Arissa Santos to the plate. Santos picked up 2 RBIs in her last at-bat after that ball hit into left field. Resulted in a bit of a collision for the Inferno. But either way, CUC putting those runs up that helped them kind of climb their way back into this game. This one up and out makes it a 2-0 count for Santos. Gardner gets her sign. She delivers this one. And that's going to catch in there for strike 1. Two-one count here. This one swung on, hit deep into left field. Back at the fence, making a little bit of a hop to grab it, but securing out number 2 was Peabody. So a little bit more oomph on that, and we could have seen our first home run of the day. But with no wind here in River Forest, that ball just missed. And that's going to put Callie Tierney at the plate with 2 outs.
Yeah, that would have been a great opportunity right there if we could have put another run on the board via the homer, but going to have to find another way.
Tierney swings the first pitch. She sees that's going back into left field. Peabody tracking it back and forth for a little bit, but she's able to secure it for out number 3. So a quick inning for the Cougars, and that's going to send Eden Poofall back in the circle. But we're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the 6th. Had our first entirely scoreless inning in the 5th. And Bailey Gardner at the plate for the Inferno, looking to get some things going. Alverno still sitting with the 7-6 lead, but initially was up by as much as 7 runs here in this game, as Gardner couldn't quite make up her mind on that one. Showed bunt, pulled back, tried to show bunt again. Instead, taking a swing at it, sends it foul. So the 0-2 count here for Gardner. Pufall taking some time, stepping off of the rubber. Gardner stepping back in here. Pufall sends this 0-2 pitch upstairs, makes it 1-2.
Yeah, we've seen today so far, Gardner is one of those tough outs. While she doesn't have the best batting average out there, she is a tough at-bat, looking to waste pitches. Might see that throughout this at-bat.
As she swings at this one, popping up, and Santos coming in to grab it. Almost grabbing it inside the pitcher's circle. Pufall tracking it, but hearing Santos calling her off, she just backed away, and Santos came in and under it quickly for out number 1.
For the Inferno, the second baseman, number 19, Alex Wheeler.
Wheeler now at the plate for Alverno. She's 2 for 3 today. Oh, 1 count here. Pufall sends this one just outside, makes it a 1-1 count. This one upstairs makes this a 2-1 count here. Wheeler staying aggressive at the plate. Two 1 count, 1 out. Pufall sends this one, just misses for the 3-1 count. This one delivered, swung on, chopper over to second. Smith able to glove it cleanly and get the throw to Lorenas in time for out number 2.
Yeah, it's a big pitch right there. Might have been ball 4, but you take the 4-3 put out right there. With 2 away, they'll bring up another player swinging a hot bat. Alyssa Hubley.
Hubley 2 for 3 so far on the day. She lets that one go by for ball 1. Pufall delivering this one. Misses low and away for ball 2. Pufall in her 4th inning of work for the Cougars. 40 total pitches thrown so far. This one connected on, sent into space in left field. Schroll tracking it all the way to the warning track. Rounding and making the stand-up double is Hubley. A well-placed ball. Schroll just couldn't quite get there in time. Taking a bounce off of the fence and getting a 2-out jump start here for the Inferno.
Yeah, it looked like Hubley was sitting dead red right there. Got her pitch, and she didn't miss it.
That's going to bring Moreno to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She lets that one go by for ball one. This one swung on. Drops foul along the first base line. Lorraine is jumping, trying to get a piece of that. Hoping for out number 3, but a little bit too high, but drops foul anyway. One count here, delivered outside, makes it a 2-1 count. This one just outside as well. Three-one here. This one swung on, fouled off, makes it a full count.
Yeah, if you're Pufall here, this isn't a player that you're too bothered by pitching around. You got a base open at first. It's not going to be too much of a frustration if you end up walking her here, so don't give her too much, something too good to hit here.
As a slow roller over to first for out number 3. Exactly what you were saying, Dave. That pitch just on the outside of the plate, so having to reach over and swing. That ball went off the end of Moreno's bat, so an ideal situation for the Cougars, and that's going to send things another scoreless inning for the Inferno and send things back to the Cougar offense. But we're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Maya Lorraine is leading things off once again for CUC. Cougars trail by 1, but with some time to work here. Ideally being able to close this gap a little bit here before you're in the final inning of the game, but Maya Lorraine is on the day. She's 1 for 1 at the plate. As this one misses up, makes it a 2-0 count.
Don't be surprised if Maya Lorenas ends up having the auto take sign from her third base coach. Might be forcing Gardner to fill up the zone a little bit here.
As this one misses for ball number 3. Similar situation, Lorenas took the 4-ball walk in her last at-bat. As this one catches right down the middle for strike 1. Three-one pitch here, swung on, popped into shallow center field. It's going to drop right behind second base, actually. So, bit of some trouble for the Inferno. Eschbach was playing pretty deep, so it made it a little bit difficult, but it does appear as though we are going to see potentially a pinch runner. We are going to see a pinch runner for Lorenas. It's going to be number 27, Julia Pataluna.
Pinch running for the Cougars, number 27, Julia Pataluna.
CUC really looking to capitalize on their runners on base in this inning.
Yeah, we'll see if the Cougars want to play a little small ball here.
As Lucero getting ready to bat, Gardner getting ready to pitch, and home plate umpire not even behind or in position yet. So now getting things reset here. Lucero at the plate. She shows bunt. She drops that. A slow roller over to third, bobbling it a little bit. Lucero is going to get thrown out. A really, really close attempt there. But either way, it moves things along, and that's going to bring up a pinch hitter for the Cougars in number 22, Emily Garcia.
Number 22, Emily Garcia.
So again, CUC really looking to capitalize on some things here, trying to be able to close this gap before heading to the final inning of the game. So Emily Garcia batting .341 on the season. She's got 15 total hits and 9 RBIs, so a good choice to put in here for CUC.
Yeah, great bench bet to have stashed away for the perfect time like right now.
So Garcia, her first plate appearance of the day, as that one catches inside for strike one. Pataluna over on second. She represents the tying run. This pitch sent in, connected on from Garcia. Jumping and grabbing it in right field, but tagging up and safely making her way is Pataluna. So moving the base runners around.
Number 12,
A
Jess
interesting catch there from Tatro, coming in on it and then having to jump to make sure that she was able to grab it, but able to hold on to it, and that's going to put 2 outs on the board. Jess Gang at the plate, and the tying run over on third. So CUC doing what they can here. Gang lets that first pitch go by, but takes it for strike number 1. Gang 2 for 3 at the plate today.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they're gonna do here. How they pitch to Jess right now. She's been swinging really well with Kaylin Smith behind her, having a less than fortunate day, 0 for 2. Did have that hit by pitch in her last plate appearance though.
And the Cougars are 4 for 9 at the plate with 2 outs. So again, it's not something that's unfamiliar for them. 4 for 9 at the plate with runners in scoring position as well. So not going to be uncommon to see a hit as that ball is back. It's deep. Going off the top of the fence, running into the fence once again is Eschbach, but that's going to be a double for Jess Gang, and the game is all tied up at 7 apiece. A big-time hit at the exact moment that the Cougs needed it from Jess Gang.
Now coming to bat for the Cougars, second baseman, number 8, Caitlin Smith.
Cougars slowly working their way back into this one, and with a tie game, Jess Gang over on second now represents the go-ahead run, and Caitlin Smith coming up to the plate.
What a huge swing right there by Jess, the senior. That's exactly what the Cougs ordered.
Smith lets this one go by for ball 1. Gang been a top hitter for CUC all year. Coming into today, she had 25 hits, the most of the Cougars. So not surprising to see her stepping up. Like you said, she's a senior on this team, 1 of 3. So the experience and overall athleticism is definitely showing. 2-0 count here for Smith. This one misses low, makes it a 3-0 count. This delivery up and away, ball 4. That's going to put 2 runners on for McKyler Morris.
Yeah, it looked like Kaylin Smith was already running down to first before that crossed the plate.
Morris
She just knew that Gardner did not want to deal with her.
So back-to-back free bases for Smith. And runners on first and second now. This ball well out of play. That's going to go on the backside of Morris. Give plenty of time for Gang and Smith to make their way to their next base. And they're going to take a quick break here. Hubley going out to have a quick discussion with Gardner, waving off the rest of her infield. A one-on-one conversation here to resettle things. Go ahead run now at third. Cougars in a really good spot here, and the Inferno doing what they can to prevent it.
Yeah, you really would love a base knock right here if you're the Cougars. Put you in a great spot to win this game.
A base hit scores at least one. As this one misses outside for ball 2. Pressure for Alyssa Hubley behind the plate to keep those balls in front of her, because with Gang over on third, have to guess that she'll be fairly aggressive if she sees a big enough space for her to make that dash home. The 3-0 count here for Morris.
Yeah, at this point, it really just looks like Gardner's just running on fumes at this point, late into this match.
As this one misses for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases up and put Joe Anderson at the plate.
Now coming back for the Cougars, the third baseman, number 10, Joe Anderson.
Hubley having some words with the umpire, asking where that missed. It was a close pitch on that inside corner, but ultimately just missing. Loads the bases up and puts Anderson at the plate. Anderson 1 for 3 today, but she lets that one go by for ball 1. With bases loaded here, 2 outs, it's a tricky situation because if you're Gardner, you're doing everything in your power not to walk a run in, because another walk here does give the Cougars their first lead of the day. But being mindful and knowing that a base hit here also does potentially break things open even further. And we're going to see head coach Matthew Schmuck making his way out once again to try to resettle some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty evident that Gardner is struggling to fill up the zone right now. Coach Schmuck doing whatever he can to try and calm her down, try and find a way to finish off this inning, and they'll go from there.
CUC has a really good opportunity here to capitalize on things. And with Anderson at the plate, again, being aggressive here already with a 2-0 count. Anderson can hit. When she gets going, she gets going. She's got 7 hits on the season. So being able to stay aggressive is going to be key here.
Yeah, I think all you're doing right there, if you're Coach Schmuck of Alverno, you're really just trying to buy a strike right now. Try and find some way to piece it all together. And then the opposing side, Anderson might be being told we're taking till a strike, maybe even till 2 strikes. Just trying to force her to fill it up.
As that one does catch in there for strike number 1. Coach Schmuck doing his job and regrounding some things for Gardner, letting her know that she's in this just as much, and she comes out, throws a strike right afterwards, makes this a 2-1 count here. This one missing in the dirt makes it 3-1. Good efforts from Hubley to keep that ball in front of her. Three-one count here. Gardner. This one misses high. Gonna walk a run in, and the Cougars officially have the first lead of the day. CUC on top, 8-7.
Arissa Santos.
Bases still loaded for Arissa Santos.
Yeah, we'll see if Santos keeps that program approach that they've had so far in this inning of forcing her to fill up strikes, or if she gets one she likes and she tries to put it over the wall.
Santos 1 for 3 at the plate today, but looking to stay aggressive. Taking a quick second to discuss with assistant coach for the Cougars, Dave Galitko, as she sits with the 1-0 count. Santos on the season hitting .237. 4 RBIs in 14 hits. So looking to get some things going here. CUC still operating with 2 outs, but bases loaded, and Gardner struggling to find the zone. Gardner here delivers this one in there for strike 1. One and one count here, 2 down. This one connected on scent, foul. Goes over top of the Inferno dugout, making its way out of the field. 1-2 count now for Santos.
Yeah, Santos is really going to have to wait back here. Don't be surprised by getting that slow off-speed offering here.
As she connects with that one, sends it into left. It's a little bit trouble, but coming in and able to grab it is Peabody for out number 3, preventing any of those on base to score. But CUC officially takes the lead 8-7 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Inferno need at least 1 to stay alive, but CUC looking to close things out with Eden Pufall still dishing for the Cougars. Dave, with Eden coming in, again, potentially being the last outing here in Game 1, what are we looking for the Cougars to get out of this? And on the flip side of that, what are the Inferno looking to do to kind of stay alive here?
Yeah, if you're Eden Pufall right now, there's nothing more important than getting that first out. You want to kind of smother any hope that they're going to have early in the inning, because when you're able to capture that first out, obviously you don't necessarily want to count outs in this last inning, but when you're able to get that first out, it's so beneficial as it kind of just puts the hold on any kind of hope that they're going to have. And then obviously if you're Alverno on the flip side, just forcing her to fill up the zone if you can kind of get ahead in the counts early, forces her to throw more fastballs to you, and then those are the pitches that you're hunting.
Absolutely, and leading things off for the Inferno is Tatro, so she's looking to kind of jumpstart some things. She's 1 for 2 at the plate today with a couple of walks as well, so she knows how to stay aggressive and she knows how to be selective here, and it's going to really come down to Pufall locking in and being able to pitch into the zone and making Tatro work for it. As that first pitch misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0 count here. Delivered, misses just low, makes it 2-0. Still some movement in the Cougar bullpen, so Pufall has some relief if needed, but delivering ball 3 here. Maya Lorraine is coming over, just a reassuring high five, settle things in. Pufall only 8 total walks on the season, as that one catches for strike 1. Three 3-1 count here. Pufall sends this one. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, Yeah, a whiff like that for a pitcher can be a huge vote of confidence. Gives you all that you need right here to put her away.
3-2 count here. This one catches in there for strike number 3. A big-time comeback in the count for Eden Pufall. With one away, that's going to put Vinty at the plate. CUC starting to find some momentum in the top of the 7th. Alverno now down to their final 2 outs, trying to stay alive. This one hit on, coming in and underneath it for out number 2 is Callie Tierney. Vinty swinging at the first pitch she saw. And now working with their final out. Anguiano now going to try to get a 2-out rally going for the Inferno. 0 for 3 at the plate today. Needing her first hit to stay alive here, but Pufall sends that one right down the middle for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here. Pufall delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Eden Pufall has found her groove here and has the opportunity to end this game with one more pitch. Anguiano trying to hold on here. This one fouled off, caught, and that's going to do it. Ball game for the Cougars. A big-time win there. Eden Pufall able to get the Cougars out of it. As the final score, 7-8, CUC coming back in the most unconventional fashion. But after Alverno's able to pick up some early runs, 5 straight innings of shutout from CUC is going to hold them off.
Yeah, it's a huge victory right there. Really sets up not only the day, but keeps that 4-game win streak now. Looking to make it 5 if they can get another win against Alverno later today.
Absolutely. So looking at some final stat lines here, Gardner worked the entire game in the circle for Alverno. 6 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 4 walks, 1 wild pitch, and a total of 100 pitches on the day. For CUC, 3 pitchers saw action, but Eden Pufall picking up the win here today. 5 innings pitched, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 18 batters faced for a total of 60 pitches. So a really good outing from Pufall to work the Cougars back into it. On the hitting side, Jess Gang, 3 for 4 at the plate, 2 RBIs, 2 runs herself. A big-time outing from the senior. Maya Lorena's 2 for 2 at the plate with 1 run herself. So some big hits coming to life for the Cougars. Looking for the Inferno leading the way. Hubley, 3 for 4 at the plate. She had 1 run. Tatro, 1 for 3 at the plate, but with 2 RBIs, and Vinty 2 RBIs on the day as well. Eschbach, 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 RBIs. So really good outing from the Inferno, and they were able to come to life early and kind of get things going, but just struggled to keep that momentum. But that's going to result in a Game 1 victory for CUC, like you mentioned, keeping that win streak alive and defending the home field. But that's going to do it here for Game 1 on the Cougar Sports Network. Before we close things off, I want to give a huge shout-out to everybody that made today's production possible. Doing stats for us is the Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, Corey Welch. Running PA for us today is Eric Perry. Operating scoreboard for us is Jalen Franklin. And our producers today responsible for making the broadcast look as fantastic as it does, Courtney Schneider, and Graduate Assistant for Athletic Communications, Sydney Lloyd. Joining me on the call today is Dave Dimling. Dave, thanks for being here today. It was a fun one. And I'm Kayla McLeod signing off on the Cougar Sports Network. We're going to have Game 2 coming up in just about 30 minutes here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.